How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about Candace Owens' most recent controversial and viral tweet. Now, before we get into it, I just want to say straight from the beginning that what she said was right on point and it needed to be said, especially right now in today's day and age. There are plenty of outside influences, inside influences that are trying to impact you and especially your children. Now, there was a tweet and also the follow up Instagram post. Maybe the Instagram post came first, I'm not really sure, but let's look at the tweet first. And I'll place that on the screen before you. And it reads, "There is no society that can survive without strong men. The East knows this. In the West, the steady feminization of our men at the same time that Marxism is being taught to our children is not a coincidence. It is an outright attack. Bring back manly men." Now, as you saw, there was a little picture right there, and that was Harry Styles. I'm an older guy, so I'm not really sure who that guy is. I know he's like a music person. I don't really know. I know he's a celebrity. I know he's popular, and he has on some just straight women's clothing. Okay, I was going to say androgynous, but when you have on the full gown, that's not androgyny. That's just wearing women's clothing. Okay, there's a lot of that type of stuff going on, and what is it really about? That's my question. What is it about? Is it about trying to be fashion forward and different and shocking or thought provoking? What is it really about? Okay. And before I continue with my questions and my particular thoughts on the issue, this is not an anti-LGBTQ, ABCDEFG, elemental P, whatever letter in the alphabet video. It's not even about that. It's not even about being gay. You see what I'm saying? It's not about being gay, because I know some guys that are gay that will stomp you in the wine. Okay, I got an uncle that's gay, and he is dangerous. I'm dead, like, would be locked up all the time, would slice you with a razor from ear to ear. Dangerous. It's not even about being gay. It's not even it. It's about being less of a man, being less masculine, making masculinity being a bad thing. You know what they say? Toxic masculinity. You know, you got a mansplain, and men are trash. That is the kind of vibe that I'm seeing from posts like this from Harry Styles. Okay, and then you got the comedians, a lot of black comedians, especially when they get to a certain level, throw them in a dress. Okay, we can't have this type of masculinity just running rampant. We want to lower your masculinity. We want to attack men and install women as leaders. All this girl power stuff. You got all these liberal panels with women controlling everything, right? Having this some type of illusion of women being in charge and being leaders. It's just not the reality. Okay, nothing against women. I'm just looking at the reality of the world. And what she said there about the East and the West, that's dead serious. Go to China, Russia, anywhere over in the East. They don't do this, feminism, toxic masculinity. They don't do that stuff, okay? The men are men and the women are women. Men are not better than women and women are not better than men. However, we cannot try to overtake each other's roles. We're equals, but we're not the same, if that makes any sense. Meaning, once you add up the sum of our being, we are equal as humans, but you get to that sum different ways. Women do not have equal strength as men do. That's just facts. Upper body strength, physical strength, maybe even emotional strength. They just don't have it. They don't have the same thing that we have. On the flip side, they are more emotionally intelligent. They're more intuitive. They're more feeling. So when you got little kids, little babies, when they're born, and the clump of cells, the whole thing, when they're actually born, they're better cared for by their mothers, obviously, with the breastfeeding and everything, up until they get to be, not breastfeeding forever. I'm talking about just caring for them. Up until they get to be close to the teenage years, maybe even like 8, 9, 10. Once they get close to the teenage and things get awkward, that's when dad takes a more active role. That's how it works all over the world. That's universal, okay? Now, you're not going to always have that. You might have a parent that's not there for whatever the reason may be. They may have just not been in the picture from the beginning. They may have passed away. It could be adoption going on. Whatever it is, it doesn't really matter. The optimal situation is two-parent married household, Mom at the beginning, nurturing kids, dad close to the end, of childhood, maybe like close to teenage years. You get down and dirty, knowing how to do certain things for the boys, changing oil, rotating tires, shooting guns. And for the girls, how to be a lady, how to, interact with men, getting that non-sexual attention. That's really important in a two-parent married household. That's facts. But when you introduce stuff like Harry Styles wearing a dress and you showing that to these kids growing up, that's confusing. If this man, this boy, whoever Harry Styles has fans as like tweens, that's going to be super confusing to them. You got little girls thinking that it's okay for the boy to wear the same thing they're wearing. And that causes all kind of problems. Okay, that's just the reality of it. Now, there was also an Instagram post. Let me go over here right quick. I'll probably put it on the screen too. And there's actually a video of Candace speaking about this, and I'll link to that in the box, of course. But it says men in ball gowns is not a thing. Sorry, I'm not sorry. Conservatives are done bending to the weird, perverted will of the left and their Hollywood cohorts. Feminine women don't need to sit back and allow uglier women to preach to them about why, quote unquote, normal is wrong. Masculine men don't need to listen to feminized men tell them about how stunning and brave it would be if they castrated themselves in front of the world. Wow, that's deep. It's a new day. We're no longer the silent majority. That's facts. That's big time facts. Okay. Now, what the media and the lefties will do is try to attack her as being anti-LGBT. Again, it's not even about that. You can be gay all you want to. That's not anything to do with being feminine if you're a male. And that's not anything really to do with that. Of course, you got a lot of gay men that are feminine, but that's not always the case. Even if they are feminine, they still maintain a lot of their masculinity. Being leaders. Like, what's that guy's name? Jeffree Star. I heard about him from my wife. She was telling me about how, yeah, he's a male. He's gay. He got, all this feminine stuff going on, but he's still a man. He's not going to relinquish his masculinity, being able to lead, being able to run a business. You understand? I'm not saying women can't do that, obviously, but generally men do better at that. That's just the reality of the situation. You're not going to relinquish that. But the attack on men right now is don't lead, don't run businesses. You can wear a dress, you can be feminine, you can cry all the time. That's just going to cause a wreck in society. But you know what? These people that are out here talking about Harry Styles being stunning and brave and trying to attack Candace Owens, and anyone says anything about it, people that are out there trying to attack them want society to crumble, in my humble opinion. They're the same ones that probably support Black Lives Matter, Antifa, all these subversive organizations that do nothing but just crumble the society in which we live. They crumble the fabric of society. They attack cultural norms. They attack the nuclear family. That's what Black Lives Matter is all about. I did a video about that. There was a certain page on the website that has since been removed for some odd reason. But on the page, it said that part of their goal is to destroy the heteronormative values and, masculinity and the nuclear family. They want to destroy the very thing that makes the West the West. Okay. And a lot of our more, how can I say, inclusive values, out of those things are the very things that they use against us to try and attack us with. Oh, you're more kind of inclusive and more open. You're more open-minded. So here's this man wearing a dress. Here's this man not even really being the man. Okay, you got these men that's 40 years old still behaving as boys, living with their mama and daddy, never leaving. It's like at a certain point you got to grow up. Okay, I don't care if you're 40 years old as a male and you still at home, mama and daddy, never left. No situation where it's like I had hard times. You just there. I don't care if you're homeless. You still got to be out there making something, doing something for yourself rather than relying upon your mommy and daddy. You're an adult, been an adult for a very long time. You got adults, as I close, I'm kind of going on a rabbit hole, but you got adults that have been adult more than they have been children that are still at their house as if they are children. You got to get away from that, okay? And a lot of people that are out there would gladly just have you be there. Be on your parents' insurance so you get to be 35 years old. It's fine. It's okay. Live with your mommy and daddy. Don't go out there and get any kind of property for yourself. You know, that kind of that's getting you ready for the future of no more private property, central ownership by the government. They tell you what to do. When the government owns everything, they run everything. They control everything. You got to have ownership in your life. You got to have ownership of yourself. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? Do you think that Candace Owens was right with her tweet and Instagram post about, the feminizing of men and how it hurts Western society and how the East are laughing at us? China, Russia, all these, big, powerful nations, they're kind of laughing because they don't do that over there. If that's your viewpoint, let me know why in the comments below. Or was she off point? Is she being a big, bad meanie, an anti-LGBTQ, ABCDEFG person? Is that what you think? If that's your viewpoint, let me know why in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at with it. This is not an LGBT bashing video. I don't care if somebody's gay. That's their business. Whatever you do behind closed doors, that's your business, not my business. The problem is when society does not function properly, when men don't go out there and behave as men, when women don't go out there and behave as women, that's going to cause all kind of dysfunction. A lot of these guys that are out here, Antifa screechers, as I call them, I mean, how do they grow up? Like, what makes a person go outside and just screech at the sky because, things don't go their way, they don't like certain people? What makes them do that? There's something going on that is beyond what you can see on the surface. Go back to their household. Ask them. Like, I bet you a lot of them probably sit in a therapist chair and start crying. Okay, they be out there, big, bad, rough and tough, all this and that. But then when they go in a therapist chair, they start crying because memories from the past have been brought up, childhood trauma, all that stuff. You can alleviate a lot of these problems if you just had the proper gender role followed. That's just my humble opinion. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.